Let's see how you do under pressure. Yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Ain't no errors, baby. It's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Work with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it index. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey.
Yes.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under
pressure. Doing the pressure. Yeah. Hey. See you doing the pressure. Doing the pressure. Yeah.
They don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick. I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the ropes. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know that you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember.
Hey.
Let's see how
Breeze
you do
Omega.
under pressure. Let's see how you
Omega,
do
that's
under
Breeze.
pressure. A moment can live on
Yeah.
forever.
Hey.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure.
Hey.
Yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better.
Excuse me.
Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Work with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it index. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah, oh shoot. They don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick. I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
Yo, what it is, it's your boy Breeze Omega, that's Breeze, and welcome to the BlackRound, the comprehensive talk of what black people are thinking behind the scenes. And we got a lot of crazy stuff going on tonight. So as you know, you saw the title, checking hairlines and taking names, why delineation is important. We have to think about certain things that we just had. Kai Sinat, a gamer who's on YouTube, on Twitch and stuff, who's, I guess he's pretty famous, but he's mainly famous with like a lot of white followers and stuff. And this the funny thing. I think about a lot of people don't get it. If you didn't like, I will always tell people, if you didn't grow up in New York, you'll be confused by motherfuckers, especially like a lot of these people who look like us, but they don't do, or they're not conducive to anything that we do. First off, I want to give a big shout out to my good brother, the legend GMT. Y'all go check that brother out, the legend, definitely Philly staple. His beautiful, I believe, wife, my sister, me and mines. Go check them out. You know what I'm saying? They really quality folks. My brother, Joe. Let's go check out my brother Joe. You know what I'm saying? Let me give his whole little, because I'm trying to make sure I get everybody a little bit of page. Joe's Bowling Sports and Ministries. Y'all know Joe. If you rocking with me and we rock through these YouTube streets together, we all kind of be in the same circles. Go holler at my boy Joe. His born day is coming up. And you know what I'm saying? Let's send him some love. Go shout out to my good friend, my good homie, Nate the Great. Ain't nothing. I always know a solid brother from New York. And because I'm from New York, so when I run into another brother from New York that's solid, I can always tell Nate the Great is definitely on his square, always on his pivot. Go check out Nate the Great podcast, a wonderful brother who gonna stay solid and keep it 100. Go check out my wonderful sister, Make This Go Viral TV. That's Miss V. That's my secret bun. If you don't know, now she ain't, but I'm trying to get her. I'm trying to get her. I wanted to just give a couple of shout outs to some of my family that I know who be rocking with your boy, who be tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the new people. Mark the Ranger, I salute you. Because we always love dissenting opinions over here. We like to get the truth from the streets. We can't be the ear to the streets if we not listening, family. Oh, loving me, Miss Tracy Anderson. Hey, beloved, how you doing? Make sure y'all go check out my wonderful sister right here. She's got all that fun. She's tapped into that Vegas stream. Y'all go out there, check her out. Of course, that you'll see when it ain't raining out there. Miss Tracy, you know it don't be raining always out there. But our sister always got the wonderful foods going on, all the great stuff, all the grandbabies. I always like watching her channel to see her with the grandbabies and when she do her foodies and when she doing her dancing. Now, Miss Trace, you gotta stop doing them African dances because we ain't that much African. We a new beast. We a new beast, and that's what we talking about tonight here, and the importance of delineation. So a lot of times if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, which I'm blocked on Facebook right now, I'm always blocked on Facebook. Every 2 or 3 years or 4 years, Facebook, they pull up old posts that I did. They always make sure it's 4 years or 3 years from what currently I'm at. So they always find something to block me on Facebook, especially when it's getting close to when you want to talk to people about elections and things of that nature. They always find a way to block my ass because they think I assume they think I'm influential or whatever. And whatever I be saying makes sense over there, especially when I go at the old heads. Because I got a whole bunch of aunties, uncles, and all of them, and I be just going at their ass, hammering them. Because, I don't see why we still voting for Joe Biden and all this stuff when we see everything they do is to undermine the black community. Since people want to say that black people have no culture, while at the same time they are impersonating everything that we do. And let's see what the definition of culture is. The definition of culture is things that you do, what you eat, what you wear, how you worship, how you speak. That is culture. That is culture. So for everyone to constantly keep telling black people we don't have culture, but at the same time, I've been to Africa, I've been to Jamaica, I've been all through the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? And I've been to Japan, and everywhere I've been, I seen people looking like black folks. Oh, so it has been raining. Okay, Miss Tracy. See, I heard some of that in certain areas, the where it's normally dry, that it's been a lot of rain. Where it's been dry here, where we would get a lot of rain at this time in Virginia, it's been really dry, but it's been hot. So that's crazy. That just shows y'all how this world is, And I was just yeah, there's a lot of stuff I would like to talk about that has nothing to do with this broadcast right now. But I think I'm gonna make some other broadcast because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about that these people have lied to us about. And at some point, we're gonna have to start holding these folks accountable. He said, I'm just exercising my stomach today. We got some. You got good old foundational Black American music that could exercise your stomach. My mama, they used to listen to all that good quality. I know you know quality Black music and all that stuff, so I know you got the stuff. I don't have to tell you, Miss Tracy, because you be getting it in. And I seen you when you used to have your little 90 degrees today. It was. Oh my God. Yeah, Miss shit. It was like 80 almost here in Virginia today. So that's real hot right now for VA. We thought this was spring. But yeah, Miss Tracy, I seen your videos when you used to go down to the joint with the all y'all would be all down there. You and all the old heads would be at the parties. I used to see those. I used to love those videos. I used to love watching those videos when y'all would be down there. You and them old brothers. I always loved that. Just want you to know that much, Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy, I've been watching for a while. I just didn't never say nothing. I don't know. I watch people a lot before I decide to say anything. You know what I'm saying? Cause my mom always told me if you watch a person long enough, you will find something about them that you won't like. But if you you had a couple of joints where y'all was down there, y'all had birthday parties, Miss Tracy. Y'all was having I remember you had this one dress on and you had all them old brothers going crazy in there. I was like, yeah, you about to get somebody in trouble, Miss Tracy. Yeah, you remind me of one of my aunts, so that's why I've always watched you, and I kind of had an affinity for you because you just remind me of family, and that's what I love about us as Black people. We can connect on so many levels, even though we in different areas of the country. That because we so kind of connected. All of our things we do are kind of what we do. That's what makes us culture. That's our culture. Everybody in the whole world and the universe knows that's our culture. So I wanted to get to the I like to have a little quick run around talking my mouth in the beginning, but I want to get to the point with, this person, this Kai Cenat, because the one thing I used to watch him on Twitch and everything. I kind of didn't know what Kai Cenat was, but I knew he wasn't one of us. Cause see, where I grew up in Long Island, New York, we deal with these kind of people like Caribbeans, um not really Africans, but mainly the Caribbean population. We've had this thing where we've had Caribbeans who don't stay silent. I know that. There's a whole neighborhood next to my town called Uniondale, New York. That's where Buster Rhymes is from. That's why Buster Rhymes off cold. A lot of Caribbeans, West Indians, because that's why a lot of Trinis and Bohemians, they like to call themselves West Indians and stuff. And then there's West Indians. So when you dealing with them, it's always confusing with them because then they all hate on each other too. That's what I used to know. I didn't never notice that it would trickle over to us. But that's where I say we dropped the ball because we was letting everybody fly their banner under us. Like I said, I remember when I used to be like to some of my mans, like, why are you rocking that big ass Jamaican flag? I didn't never understand that. Like you here in America and you rocking that giant ass Jamaican flag. Salute Bronze Flat Power God. Peace family for stepping in. Appreciate you. And I used to always say that, like, why y'all got that flag up? It was always weird to me because these same motherfuckers would complain to me that my family had an American flag in front of our house. And I'm like, well, my dad was in the military, my family, all of us, we got police, we got military and my family, all that type of stuff. So we've always had the American flag in front of our house because we American. That's what I've always been. I'm not no anything else. I've never tried to be anything else but a black American. That's who I am. So while at the same time I'm being told to, oh, motherfucker, cut your ties with America and go to Africa, all the Africans and all the Caribbeans is coming over here. So now you tell me who getting the short end of the stick. Because I'm going to tell you what, I'm not going nowhere and I'm not fleeing from a place where my family built. I'm not fleeing from a place where my family built. My daddy from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. My mama from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. And her great-great-granddaddy and them built Elizabeth City, North Carolina before the white folks chased them out. They named it Elizabeth City. After I think one of my great aunts or somebody, her name was Elizabeth. They named it after her. It wasn't, some people always like to think Elizabeth City was named after Queen Elizabeth. That's not true. It was named after a black woman. And so they had just recently put up a big old statue of my great-great-granddaddy out there in Elizabeth City. I guess I'll post that video up on my YouTube. Sometimes I don't post that type of stuff. But my auntie, she said it would be cool to go ahead and post that stuff. And so, well, I just want to go ahead because we have all these people saying that black people don't have culture while they are dressing like us, speaking like us, listening to our music, eating our food, doing all things that black people do. Because we are the ones that other groups have family reunions. Nobody else had family reunions. Black people started family reunions. That's in our nature. We started all that type of stuff. Other people don't have that. So I always feel difficult. I have problems when I see a lot of black people always pile on and trash the black community as if we don't have anything, but everybody is rocking like us. Let's get into this garbage, what this little fool said, and then we're gonna get into some of his people, what they got to say about him, and some other people, and then we're gonna also touch on what exactly culture is. Let's just listen to his stupidity first, then we'll jump through a couple of pieces of culture, and then we'll get to some of his people. Let's just take it down the line.
Get the fuck out! All my mods who are not cultured at all, stop dick riding. I don't want to hear, like, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking y'all niggas. Stop dick riding. Y'all niggas is black.
Yeah, I got to come back to that whole point of us dick riding. We don't ride dicks. And how would we be dick riding off of our own culture? I'm even tell you again, video gaming is a black thing. People say, what? Yeah. Go back to the 80s. You know that there was a movie that the kid from the Wonder Years was in about him wanting to be a gamer and traveling. That was about it's called The Gamer. I think that's what it's called, The Gamer. You can go look that up. The actual movie was written by a black person and it was about a black kid. Go look it up. We were original gamers. You know, anime and manga wouldn't be as big as if it wasn't for the black community. Same like kung fu and martial arts. Even if we don't produce certain things, we consume things to a manner that we make it popular. We make it popular. Go look in the 80s. They got I was looking at lots of movies from the 80s, and every time they saw a goddamn Chinese food restaurant, they had black people in front of it. Now, either that's the picture, art imitating life or life imitating art, one or the other. You're going to have to figure out which it is. But all I know is that when you go look at a lot of these old 80s, old 90s, early 90s movies, you see whenever they show a goddamn Chinese food restaurant, they got black people in proximity. That's because they know we the culture. I feel you, bros. We got to get it on them. We got the whole motherfuckers to check on this. That's why I said this whole Kai Cenat and them acting like we don't got no culture, but everybody dressing like us. I said to him on his X, on his Twitter X, whatever y'all call it, I asked him, I said, bro, why you ain't dressing like a current Trinidadian? I posted a picture of a Trinidadian with some flip-flops on, some ashy heels, some Incredible Hulk cut shorts, and a goddamn Akuta Matata polo on. I said, that's what they wearing over there. And where's your motherfucking seashells in your head? Because that's what they wearing over in Trinidad right now. And I went through a lot of pictures of brothers over there. Somebody tried to send me a picture of Fabulous over there. I'm like, that's Fabulous. He ain't Trinidadian. they will pull any type of thing. But let's go ahead. Let's listen to this nonsense again.
All my mods who are not cultured at all, stop dick riding. I don't want to hear, like, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking y'all niggas. Stop dick riding. Y'all niggas is black. You're black. You're just black!
Just be yourself and hit them with hey. Also, I just found the Anarchy hoodie yesterday. Can't wait. Finna resubscribe in a little W female viewer. Big 2.
Real quick, one more time again. Once again, he talking shit to the black mods that are in there. Kai Cenat, almost everybody you came up with is FBA. Mark from RDC, Real Dreams Come True 1. He's a FBA brother. I think his cousin Leland might be Caribbean. But Mark is an FBA brother. I think the other brother over there, other than them other motherfuckers who look like Arabs and Indians over there, it's FBA. Kai Cenat is a goddamn loser troll because he's living off of us. Had we put him in his Trinidadian clothes, nobody would, white people wouldn't follow him. They wouldn't even give him them 3 cents that they ask us to give him so he could eat. So this time I'm gonna let it get through the whole thing. So let's let it go.
All my mods who are not cultured at all, stop dick riding. I don't want to hear, like, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking.
Fair use, fair use.
All my mods who are not cultured at all, stop dick riding. I don't want to hear, like, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking y'all niggas. Stop dick riding. Y'all niggas is black. You're black. You're just black.
Just be yourself and hit them with hey. Also, I just found the Anarchy hoodie yesterday. Can't wait. Finna resubscribe in a little W female viewer. Big 2 months December 9th.
Thank you so much, bro. You're just fully American. You're African American, bro. That's it. How was that? See you in 30. That wasn't an insult. That was strictly you're black. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You're not. Word. You're not Ghanaian. You're not Dominican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not Cuban.
And so, if there's anybody that's in the room that comes through or wants to come through or later on, I want you to answer that question for Consinet. Since we don't have no culture, what is Ghanaian culture? What is Caribbean culture for that matter? What is Puerto Rican culture? What is your culture? Because culture has to be something that people are absorbing around. I wouldn't even say around the world, people just absorbing. What are people absorbing from you and your group that makes you particularly interesting? And I would say to Puerto Ricans, nothing. I would say to Caribbeans, nothing. Yeah. Carnival, put that damn thong on and get out there and twerk on the police. That's what y'all doing. What you mean red beans and rice? Everybody eating goddamn red beans and rice. What are you talking about? I know that the number one song in Japan right now is not no Asian themed song. It's Chi Tomakamachi, Chi Tomakama, whatever the hell they singing. That's what the number one song is, a hip hop song where all the Japanese are out there dressed and looking like black people. You even see niggas in the videos with afros. Fuck out of here, man. We are the culture. We are the most dominant culture on the planet Earth. Ain't nobody in Germany out there standing up for 4 hours for no other music other than hip hop. Poland too. Czechoslovakia too. They was doing it in the Ukraine till they got their ass in a war with Russia. I remember I used to get up every day in the summer. They have this hip hop joint that go on over in the Eastern Europe, and it would start up in the Ukraine. You would have Big Daddy Kane, Spoonie G, all the real brothers that really couldn't get no money over here because in this country we was told that when you a black man and you a rapper, that after you go over a certain age, you ain't supposed to rap no more. You supposed to just be broke. They don't never tell that to white rock and roll artists, white country artists. Hell, they don't tell that to white people nothing. It's always to Negroes. Hey, nigga, you can't. And it be niggas who be pushing it. Oh, nigga, you too old to be doing that. Some of the coldest toy collectors I knew in my lifetime were black, but they had to get rid of their toys because the woman they met or their mama, made them think they had to get rid of. Now them toys is in the hand of some white boy somewhere, and they worth millions of dollars. Those toys, because you was told to get rid of your stuff. Black people was the original collectors. I remember when I was a kid, none of my white friends had the whole collection of Voltron diecast. I did, but I was told to get rid of my motherfucking toys. That's worth lots of money now. Worth lots of money. We didn't have the choice of sitting around and being collectors and collecting things that now are valuable. You watch some of these shows and you see these white people sitting up here, they pulling out all this stuff out their closet. They able to have a stable life where they can keep their items and keep their things and hold on for a long time. Where your black ass been forced consistently move around because, and black people, our government has never pushed up uplifting us. We always hear people talk about we're in the black community. We won't have a choice to uplift because we've been undermined at each step. Every time we build a town, they come burn it down. Every time we set up a program, free lunch, they come and co-opt it and turn it into something for everybody else and do something while we don't get no residuals back from that. We want to build a community for black people. Oh, that's segregation. See, you notice white people have built towns where it's just white people and nobody said that's the unwritten law. And nobody says nothing. But every place you seen where some of these Negroes who be on, on social media trying to build themselves a town, they've all been met with segregation laws. You see what I'm saying? None of these laws ever that were so-called written for us have ever been utilized for us, but been utilized against us. And I don't know how you older black folks keep doing this shit. Like, you know you wrong. You voted each year and you see something that ain't helping your grandkids. You see something that don't help your nephews or your nieces or your own children. How do you continue to vote for these people? And then you say to yourself, because you're afraid of racism when what they're doing to you inherently is racist. See, I think I figured it out. I think white people made you Negroes feel a little bit comfortable. That segregation was all you Negroes needed. A little bit of smoozing and rubbing elbows with Karen and Bob. And I'm not, we're not talking about just rant. We're not trying to trash white folks at all. We're not trashing white folks or white people who love white folks. We're not trashing you at all. We're just saying you under a system. And without that system, you guys wouldn't really be able to compete with us. That's why we talking about delineation. That's why some of y'all so scared about this whole reason that we decided to finally delineate. This because it was the dumbest thing for us to be all lives mattering and us to be kumbaya. And black people, let's not play like we wasn't kumbaya all these years. I was a kumbaya Negro for a couple of years. I didn't go back to my militant, which I don't even consider myself militant. I consider myself being consciously aware of being black in a sphere of influence that encourages love of others that are white versus those who are non-white. So that's what I call it. I don't even call it militant. That's what white folks call me, militant. Oh, this Negro's militant. I don't consider it militant at all. I just consider myself being consciously aware of where we are. And so wait, let me make sure I got this next brother, his joint correct right here. Let's go ahead and bring him up.
2 years ago, we came here to Washington, D.C., shoulder to shoulder, with our voices raised in unison, demanding recognition, justice, and reparations. That moment was etched into the records of our struggle. And now, brothers and sisters, we are going to return here to Washington, D.C., not merely just to reminisce, but to reignite our spirit of determination, to amplify our voices, and to reaffirm our commitment to the cause. Join me, Tariq Nasheed, here in Washington, D.C., at the Rally for Reparations Juneteenth celebration at Freedom Plaza. We're going to have a vast array of phenomenal speakers, guests, leaders, and activists who's going to reignite that spirit of Majara that's within us and our lineage. You don't want to miss this event. Go to rallyforreparations.com. That's rallyforreparations.com. Come on down here to Washington, D.C. Be a part of history. Join me. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for justice. Stand up for your ancestors. Rallyforreparations.com. See you here.
And I hope to see some of y'all down there, family. If you missed the first one, you missed the true gem, because the first one was going to be the epicenter of everything that comes from, because the first one was phenomenal. I mean, that was done within about 2 to 3 weeks time. The first one, we got it organized. And I remember that morning we got there, it was cold. But I know how we chosen and we blessed people, because at that one point when it was so cold, when Tariq hit, that's when the sun came out. Anybody that was there will tell you, when Tariq hit, that's when the sun came out, and it was like, it was just on all of us at that point. I got to meet Dr. Professor James Small. I got to meet Kaba Kamene, Dr. Randy Short, Dr. Layla Ali. Oh, so many wonderful brothers and sisters out there There was wonderful people out there all over. It was a beautiful experience, and I hope DC welcomes us again. And I hope that security is just as good as it was when it was. It should be more phenomenal now because security was extremely good. I think only one scary looking um weirdo white boy got through the lines. I remember that because I remember everybody turned when that motherfucker came through there. It was like Harry Potter, and he had a backpack. Shit, we was not trusting his ass. But then you had those damn people out there doing janky shit like the Hebrew Israelites, and there was a couple, maybe the Moorish Science Temple, a couple of goofies out there. So we had some goofies. Like I say, with everybody, when you have your situation, you have your dissenters and you have your goofies. Let's get into that situation where we talking about culture. Here's our wonderful brother who produced what you know and have always known as a very fun toy. And let's listen to our brother.
I'm Lonnie Johnson. Most people will know me as the inventor of the Super Soaker water gun. I am an engineer and I'm an independent inventor. I have over 140 patents. I enjoy inventing, I create, I come up with ideas, and I really, really get excited about the idea of having a concept in my mind and then turning that concept into reality, actually making kind of like mind over matter to me. It's very, very powerful and very, very satisfying to be able to create and then see your creation actually do in the real world what you envision for it to do.
Wonderful brother right there, Ronnie Johnson, the creator of the most notable known Super Soaker. Everyone had those in the 90s. You can't cap, man. You had a Super Soaker. Man, Super Soakers were so great that white boys start getting in trouble in the late 90s with them because they were doing wild things that they do on that side of the block, like putting bleach in Super Soakers, shooting their moms in the eyes, doing all types of things that Super Soakers were never intended for. And I just want to say again, we're talking about culture. We have Kaisenet saying black people has no culture. Why he's cosplaying black people? Why isn't he wearing a damn mesh shirt? Why isn't he wearing goddamn Travel Fox or some damn silk jumpsuit? That's what Jamaicans wear. Wonder Woman bracelets and shit. You got a double top fucking flat top with burgundy on one side and gold. You know what I'm saying? I could go into all the stereotypes I would want to go about Caribbean. Where's your motherfucking nose ring? Matter of fact, don't he got a nose ring? All Caribbean dudes be having nose rings and shit. That's weirdo shit to me. Same with your seashells, them smelly seashells in your hair. Take that shit out your hair. It stink. Don't even clams don't smell good, motherfucker. It just don't. That shit stank to me. And F your red beans and rice, god damn it. That shit ain't nothing like we make over here. Ain't nothing like that. And so, as I was listening to him, I was like, well, what do other people like him? I usually go to the women because I prefer to hear from women because I know men in today's society, I don't even know if I can call today's dudes men. You know what I mean? It's just so wild, yo. It's just so wild. So before we get to that, let's go back and give them some more pressure.
Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby. it's a new era. I wake up early feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shoot, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember.
Boom. That's right, under pressure. And that's what it seems like. As we're moving closer and closer towards the delineation, I feel like a lot of these groups are feeling that they are under pressure. Because guess what? Once we gone and we no longer the cover smoke for all this bullshit, well, guess what? The white supremacists are going to focus on you. And I ain't talking about we going nowhere like we leaving and go. No, we just going to move out. We going to step to the side. Remember, you want to be white adjacent. You're the ones putting yourselves and your communities closer in proximity to the white people. And I want you to understand, as we black people, foundational black Americans, get further away from them, they're going to get frustrated. And guess who they're going to start putting that out on? You. You Umtumbe. You Umtunda. You Ibila. All of y'all who call us Jareers and Akatas and all that, I hope you know you're going to become, oh man, I got to download some of that music. Because there's certain music you should know that you hear. When you hear that music, you like, oh shit, that means white supremacy is near. Some of y'all right now in this house getting yelled at just like this.
Get the fuck out. You're gonna get the fuck out. You're not gonna motherfucking stay in my goddamn house.
When I get a ride.
Motherfucker, you ain't got no damn ride.
Some of y'all living like that right now. Oh, I gotta stop smoking this shit right here. Let me look at it one more time.
Get the fuck out. You're gonna get the fuck out. You're not gonna motherfucking stay in my goddamn house.
When I get a ride.
Motherfucker, you ain't got no damn ride.
Just hanging on the goddamn precipice, hoping that you're gonna get a motherfucking ride. But I tell you what, it ain't gonna come. It ain't gonna come. And Casanet gonna have to figure that out too, because his shit gonna get cut off too. Let's listen to this Haitian sister talk about Casanet. Here we go.
Casanet said African Americans have no culture, and that's not the most interesting thing to me at all. We should really do some research between the pipeline of black men influencers or content creators who are popular and deemed funny, even if they're not comedians, but like at first they start out funny and genuine and everyone loves them because they seem to be a genuine guy, like King Batch or whatever, and then slowly, little by little, they start promoting and perpetuating like stereotypes that are harmful to the black community, like until that becomes their entire personality. Because it would be tragic if people start basically associating Casanet's kind of like content with King Batch's, because no one likes King Batch's content. Going back to the prior statement, however, I can tell you for sure that even though I never went out of my way to see Casanet, whenever I saw him, I never knew that he was Caribbean. I never knew that he was in fact Haitian. His father being Haitian and his mother being from Trinidad. Out of all the times I've seen Casanet on my For You page, I have never once seen him promote Haitian culture as something he's directly part of. I've always seen him dibble dabble in other people's cultures, and when I saw him talk about Haitian culture, I would assume that he was not Haitian himself. Because everything he seems to know about certain cultures is very limited and probably on a surface level, and while we can blame the parents or whatever, he's a grown man with money and resources. He can learn if he wanted to. So that being said, for a guy who dibble dabbles in other people's culture and seems to be disconnected from his own two Caribbean cultures, he seems to have a lot of opinions about a culture that he consistently takes advantage of every day. And when we're talking about African American culture, what do you think we're talking about? We're talking about everything, right? Look at the clothes he wears. Look at how he talks. Look at his hair. Look at the people he's invited on his stream. You say African Americans have no culture, yet your styles come from them. You say African Americans have no culture, yet your favorite artists and musicians are African American. Your favorite genres of music was probably started by a black man in America, an African American. And while I'm not African American, so this is not gonna hit me nearly as hard as it hits them, because they constantly have to deal with these anti-black remarks from other people, including other black people like Kaisenat. I'm just going to say that I'm not gonna let the nigga that knows nothing about his culture define what other cultures are. You wanna scream and shout that African Americans have no culture? What's Haitian culture? What's Trinidadian culture? Like, you don't know anything about your culture either, nigga. You don't have the bandwidth to have this conversation.
So, as I agree with her on the most parts in that she said, I'll say this right off the bat. The first thing that was distinct to me is that she told him about not having culture and being Haitian, and then she went on to calling him a nigga, like how we call each other a nigga. And I'm thinking to myself, shorty, what do y'all call each other in Haiti? What do Haitians call other Haitians? Or do y'all just be like us, like, hey nigga? So that means everybody living off of us. We the one made nigga good, just like we made Jesus Christ real when we fought to get free off of them goddamn plantations. Ain't nobody believe in no goddamn Jesus Christ. Not even a white Christian at that time was praising Jesus Christ until black people fought to get free. That's how Jesus got spread around, not because of white folks, because of black people. Prove me motherfucking wrong. I have old slave Bible sermons where ain't nobody talking about no Jesus. The white guy who's sitting up there, he's not talking about no Jesus. Black people focused on the Jesus, the Christ character. The light of Jesus, or whatever you want to say, Christos, Jesus de Christos. That's what Jesus Christ is. Even though we know J didn't exist at the time they say that this person existed, because all the books were written 1,800 years after that person. Y'all say, what? Yeah, the book of John was written 800 years after your so-called biblical Christ. Motherfucker, I was in the church. I did the church. I started out in the church. Me and my mama, we clashed because I became FOI. I became a Fruits of Islam. Before I became Fruits of Islam, I was a 5%er. It was easy for me to move on to FOI after I was a 5%er. And me and my mother would clash. Because my mother was saying, nigga, if you was a Muslim, you wouldn't want to be. She used to say that shit. My mom was staunch Christian, but like I tell you, Christianity ain't always good and ain't always right. You may not be judged once, but you will be judged twice. Put that shit in your head. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And that's no disrespect. We just gonna be honest. In 2024, I ain't telling no fibs. I ain't gonna tell no fibs. And so let's see what this white guy had to say real quick right
All my mods who are not cultured at all.
My dog. No. That ain't the right one.
Cool, now let's talk about some of the things black people have done. You're scared to do that, aren't you? I got you, dude. Black people literally built the White House. They built the U.S. Capitol. They also built Independence Hall. The capitals for South Carolina, Louisiana, Virginia, and for Alabama were all built by African Americans as well. But wait, there's more. They didn't do these alone, but they were instrumental in the Civil Rights Act, the Fair Housing Act.
And I let them all slide because they don't really know the whole. We not African American. We've kicked away that term for like about 2 or 3 years. I would say I kicked the term away back in like 20. I say I stopped using African American back in 2014, 2012. Really around between 2012 to 2014. Because I was listening to our good brother, Dr. Claude Anderson. And I cast that off at that time. But anyway, let's listen to Jack Mayo explain, because he's telling the truth that it's, and we built more than just a few things he does, but under the system of white supremacy, he's only allowed to say so much, because once he say too much, the other one's gonna be on his ass. But here we go. Let him finish what he was saying.
Cool, now let's talk about some of the things black people have done. You're scared to do that, aren't you? I got you, dude. Black people literally built the White House. They built the U.S. Capitol. They also built Independence Hall. The capitals for South Carolina, Louisiana, Virginia, and for Alabama were all built by African Americans as well. But wait, there's more. They didn't do these alone, but they were instrumental in the Civil Rights Act, the Fair Housing Act, the Voting Rights Act, the Affordable Health Care Act, and the Fair Sentencing Act. Is that what you meant? I've got some more stuff. They invented the carbon filament light bulb, CCTVs, dry cleaning, surgical staples, portable x-rays, your thermostat, every fountain pen you've ever used, every gas-burning stove, video game cartridges, the traffic light, peanut butter, gas masks, refrigerated trucks, potato chips, blood banks, voicemail, call waiting, caller ID. I can make another list. It's two-sided if you need.
So as I'm saying, even right there, he told you right there, like it's actually two-sided, the list. And I'm like, yeah, because a lot of the stuff people find as creature comforts in this world, you wouldn't have. Even how he said the whole thing about video games. How are we going to create the video game cartridge and not be the original gamers? Fuck out of here. I remember the night my dad came home and he had a goddamn, I forgot what the hell was that system called. Damn, what was it called? It was the biggest system at the time. My dad came home, said, hey, he woke me and my brother up, woke me and my older brother up, like, hey, come downstairs. Look, y'all got to see this. ColecoVision. It was the ColecoVision had just arrived. I'm little as shit. So, I'm in the background. My older brother, though, he like 7 years older than me. But he was my mother's child from another man. But my dad, all his kids was from my mother. All 5 of his kids was from my mama. You see what I'm saying? So all that old weird shit with people like my dad was looking out for another dude's kid. So my dad from Alabama. I always wonder. I don't know if I can't remember if my dad father actually Caribbean, because that might explain. I mean, my brother father might be Caribbean. That would explain why he was such a crummy dude. But anyway, don't end up like this dude because you're not getting your knowledge and you're not getting your truth.
You're gonna get the fuck out. You're not gonna motherfucking stay in my goddamn house.
When I get a ride.
Motherfucker, you ain't got no damn ride.
No motherfucking ride. Word up. Do not. And I want to show y'all again. This is who Casanat is. And this is what he think of y'all Caribbean people, because I no disrespect to y'all. I'm just trying to be honest, especially my riders out there. I just want y'all to see this is a person who talking about black people have no culture, but this is how he thinks about y'all. And he took his white supremacist friend out there to make a joke of y'all. Fair use. Fair use.
My dog. My dog. My dog. My dog.
Wine,
My dog.
wine, 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 wine,
My dog. My dog.
wine, 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 wine it, wine it, wine, 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 wine it, wine it.
So yeah, that's how he think of y'all and y'all damn carnival. He bring his whatever type of white supremacist friend, because I know that kid that he brought be saying a lot of anti-black stuff on his stream too on Twitch. And that's why I say a lot of these Caribbean and non-black people, they come over here, they prostrate and they cosplay as if they're black Americans. Then they get their money up, and then the minute they get some bread, they say how they really feel. Because that's how they all are. That's how everybody come up off of us. I told people, Joe Pesci didn't get into those other movies until he done movies first, like called The Super. Go look at Joe. Listen, before Joe Pesci is in the movies that y'all remember him in as a gangster, he has to do all these movies where he's an evil white god of black people. All of them have to do those movies to cut their teeth. They either have to be a racist or they have to be a Civil War dude. Go look up most of these white guys' careers and look at the movies they do before they fucking make it big. I guarantee you they gonna have to play a racist. You got to. That proves to you that there's a system. If they're forcing other white folks to come out the game to cut their teeth, meaning you all got to get dirty. We all got to get dirty, or else ain't nobody getting paid. That's why I look at everybody who go to Hollywood on that shit with the gay shit, the racist shit, the transgender, all that shit. Y'all motherfuckers is lame because you don't need Hollywood no more. That shit is outdated and antiquated in reality. You really don't need it. YouTube, Rumble, all these other spaces is showing you don't really need that for people to produce content. People just need to believe in themselves. I always say, people forget before the 1980s, everything else was your own business. We act like that's a new thing. Like, man, I'm getting me a LLC. Man, the white people just trick all you motherfuckers to make you pay for something that was natural, to have your own business. They gangster everybody. Government is the biggest gangster of everything. They gangster you into everything. They just make you feel like you have to do this because they say so. And guess who's in charge? Oh, y'all don't want to say that part. Y'all get real scared when it comes to time. Y'all be like, man, I know some people are here on YouTube. I don't say everybody's names, but I know people who get scared because you're going to lose those white friends. And I tell you, if somebody white don't rock with you after you tell the truth, they wasn't your friend in the first place. Let's say that again. If a white person don't rock with you after you tell the truth, they wasn't your friend in the first place. Because, see, that's what the OJ trial taught me coming up in that late end of the 90s. That's what it taught me. People who I thought I had friendships with in Long Island, New York, who were white, well, shit. Some of them never called me again. Or I never talked to them. I never even heard what their feelings was. They just never called me again. Like, we had a conversation the day before that damn verdict, these same people, and I never heard from them again. So just think about that, family. You can sit there and keep, because I know how Negroes be. We'll sit around wondering, like, man, I wonder what happened to Ken. Ken just realized that. Like I was watching when the sister who got chopped up by this white guy, Daniel Williamson. I was looking in the comments and I saw black people talking about, oh man, she got killed because she chose a low level white guy. And I'm like, dude, what problems do black people not have with that? We're not doing this low self-esteem shit. We're not doing that shit. You get chose by the white people that you get because they only allow the lowest fruit to hang with your black ass. Can you get that in your head? You're not gonna be with a prime A white guy, a prime A white woman. They not gonna mess with nobody that's non-black. I mean non-white. Hey, are you crazy? He was like, oh, Bill Gates' daughter was with a black guy, and guess what? She cut that Negro off. He wasn't allowed to implant nothing in that womb. I bet she only let him have backdooria. Because white girls, they do that. Backdooria is not a thing that's not a problem to white girls. I've heard that all the time. When I first came out here to Virginia and I worked in Piedmont Behavioral Institute, I don't even know if they exist anymore. But it was like a correctional type facility for young people. And I used to listen to what them young white girls in there used to say. And I used to be like, God damn, this is crazy. They used to tell me that backdooria was a normal thing for them. That because if you don't want to be not a virgin or get pregnant, you just do backdooria. So that was a normal thing for them. And I don't see how. That's what I told people. I wipe my own ass. So I know if that much coming out of me, what's back there that you got? Golly, I couldn't shit. We saw when Andrew Gillum got arrested down there in Florida and all that shit went down there. Remember, the media didn't have a problem posting a picture of how those sheets look. Go back and look at that case in Florida with the Andrew Gillum case when they was in that hotel, him and that white boy escort. He was in there with a white boy. No disrespect. You whatever y'all say, y'all love who you love, whatever. But I'm just trying to tell you, all the people they put in front of you that are black all got a white counterpart. Just like on YouTube, all the Negroes they put in front of you, who content you watching, if you watch closely, all the motherfuckers got a white person in the background. All of them. That's not to be to diss somebody or say something. You just start looking at patterns. You can say, oh, well, we have 1, 2. Then you be like 3, wait, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then that's not a pattern, motherfucker. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You gonna either, I don't know, eat the soup or spit it out. But what we not gonna do in 2024, as Cat Williams said, we not gonna have dishonesty no more. Because every time you run around trying to be dishonesty, guess what? Judgment. And it ain't us doing it. It's the universe like, shit, these motherfuckers don't understand that I'm listening. Because every time I see somebody, look at what's happening to Drake right now. Drake is getting his ass torn up by Rick Ross. Rick Ross of all people. I was surprised. I thought Rick Ross was off to the pasture. He out here raising beef cattle and, watching other people's houses burn down. I was thinking like, yeah, my boy Rick Ross, he's off to the goddamn pasture. But here you go, you got Drake resurrecting this brother from the grave. That's like that's another old game that black people made very popular. It's called Altered Beast. And you should be like, rise from the grave. Dun, dun. People don't know. Black people were the first motherfuckers having all the video games. Don't let them tell you what they showed you on TV with a little white kid. White kids did not have video games because white people was against video games in the beginning. I was talking to an older white woman today. She was like, yeah, most white people were like heavily Christian. I was like, yeah, during the late 80s, early 90s, white people were being born again, all that, heavily Christian. So white people couldn't possibly be the ones behind the funding of animation. Animation's golden age is the 90s. White people can't possibly be part of that if they're being heavily Christian at the same time. I had some people like, well, the black market and, sneaking around. And I'm like, I never saw no white kids at the goddamn, you remember that game, right? Alter Beast, rise from the grave. That's like, damn, damn, damn. That's just like, you remember when you broke out the grave, how that shit sound? That motherfucker was like, oh. When you got killed, you be like, oh. Yeah, only one sound and shit. But that shit was showing you like, psh, psh, you had to how to throw your punches. You was like, oh, that's how you throw a punch. A lot of niggas learn how to throw punches through Altered Beast. I was like, niggas don't get that shit. You was watching how that nigga hand twist when he punched. You was like, oh shit. That nigga knocking them wolves out. Remember, there's a part in Altered Beast where you turn to like a black man, where you become your most powerful. You turn like to a black guy. That's an Altered Beast. The darker the wolf you became, the stronger. People forget that, man. We were the progenitors of all this shit. Kung Fu, all of that stuff. I used to watch that with my dad every Saturday. He used to come on Fox when Fox was not like what it was today. It would just have like TV shows, a little bit of news, and then you would have on the Saturday, they would have the Saturday special. Yeah, hella creepy moments. They would call it the drive-in movie. That's what it would call on Saturdays. And it would start at 12 o'clock and they would have Kung Fu movies. That shit was like, what? All that type of shit. And you knew that I would sit there with my dad. My dad would, he'd be eating some pork rinds and shit. We be sitting right there. I would sit there, me, my brothers, we would all be around watching that shit. Then my brothers, they would always get goofy and start trying to imitate the Kung Fu right in front. So my dad would get angry and have to throw some of them out. So this is real like black shit. I always tell people. And my dad might be like, oh man, god damn, man, that shit make me want some Chinese food. And he would get up and go get some damn Chinese food. And we would have Chinese food that night. That's how it went. You didn't just organically have Chinese food. Your mama and daddy had to be watching Kung Fu flicks. And then they would get up. And that it became later on in the later 90s, everybody, especially like when I got down to Baltimore, I started noticing everybody was going to the Chinese restaurant to get a chicken box. Goddamn. And them Chinese were mean as shit when I was in Baltimore. That's the first thing I noticed when I got to Baltimore, that the Chinese weren't nice like in New York. That's the shit that fuck you up. Because you go from New York down to Baltimore, the Chinese in New York was nice to you. They knew like, oh, well, we want to be nice because we want to get these niggas money. Whereas you get down to Baltimore, they was like, hate these niggas. but we gonna get their money anyway. And that's how it was down there. You was like, this is crazy. Like, why are they so mean over here? And then we didn't know it was different. Like, we actually had Chinese in New York. These were Koreans down in Baltimore. See, that's when you start noticing, because we didn't know at that time. We just looking at them like, but that bitch eyes ain't as slanted as the other bitches, and she ain't as yellow. I mean, she ain't as white. She's a little bit more yellow. And then you start noticing that's how they had hate for each other too. The same shit, but the one difference is they all know how to get on code against black people. Black people don't get on code against other groups. You've never seen where black people just sit there and let a white guy or a white woman get their ass kicked. It's always like some black motherfucker who dive in like and save them. Like, oh, oh, we are the world. Stop. But I've never seen a situation where a black person was being murdered, harmed, or killed, and a white person jumped in to save a black person. I've never seen that. If there's a video out there, somebody send it to my DM, send it to my Instagram, Breeze_Omega, send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to me on Twitter at Omega That's Breeze. Send it to me. I've never seen that shit in my life. But I got video after video where a white person did some heinous shit, and then the black people start whipping his ass, and then you'll see black, big old fat black girls diving to protect the white boy, all types of stuff like that. Operation Save the White Boy. It happens all the time. There's video after video of that. But I've never seen a video of where a black person was harmed and a whole white mob got on top of them, and a white person came in, particularly a white woman, fat white woman, any type of white woman, or white male, gay, whatever, stop it. I've never seen that. Never. I just see that Negro get his ass beat to the ends of his life. That's what I've seen. That's what I've seen. Prove me goddamn wrong. Prove me wrong. Oh, and y'all gonna be seeing this video on my lives all the way up until, like I said, we gonna be down there in June.
2 years ago, we came here to Washington, D.C., shoulder to shoulder, with our voices raised in unison, demanding recognition, justice, and reparations. That moment was etched into the records of our struggle. And now, brothers and sisters, we are going to return here to Washington, D.C., not merely just to reminisce, but to reignite our spirit of determination, to amplify our voices, and to reaffirm our commitment to the cause. Join me, Tariq Nasheed, here in Washington, D.C., at the Rally for Reparations Juneteenth celebration at Freedom Plaza. We're going to have a vast array of phenomenal speakers, guests, leaders, and activists who's going to reignite that spirit of Majawa that's within us and our lineage. You don't want to miss this event. Go to rallyforreparations.com. That's rallyforreparations.com. Come on down here to Washington, D.C. Be a part of history. Join me. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for justice. Stand up for your ancestors. Rallyforreparations.com. See you here.
They had a goofy pale what? Oh, you saw that, yo, bro? I was just about to talk about that too. I was trying to get the damn video, but I was gonna make a video from the words that she said. I was gonna make a video, but I forgot to make it and post it over there to TikTok, so I could have brought it back over here. Yeah. Here we go. I got it right here. I got her alabastrous ass. She's another one of Charlie Kirk's flunkies. Let's bring her up. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm sitting here. Her name is she's the Turning Points USA ambassador, Isabella Riley. And you know, as soon as I hear Isabella, I know she ain't really full white. She done marry somebody white. Like sound like maybe she married somebody in Bill O'Reilly's family, and they took off the O and just became Riley. Cause that baby white. When you look at that baby, you see she's got a little bit of tinge to her color. She not full white. That's how I noticed. And then his on her page, Isabella Moody, my daughter literally said the N-word. I'm so proud of her. That's what this white piece of trash said. But they want us to sit up here and play like, oh, well, there's no racism. This is a white woman saying this. Remember, the rich, yeah, people been always saying the white male, white male. I said, well, the white male comes out of a white vagina. I don't know if YouTube, if y'all gonna get mad at me for saying that, but that's a medical term. That's how you produce babies. You know, you need a uterus and a vagina. That's how you produce a baby. Oh yeah, that baby head was hella big, yo. I was looking at that baby head. I was like, poor baby. Yeah, I was looking at that baby head. I was like, yeah, she's a natural one. She's definitely one. Cause she was out of pocket, man. That's why I told people. But she ain't no natural one though. She's a wannabe. That's why I was telling people. I was looking up her background. She's not no full white person. She's an immigrant. A Cuban immigrant. Well, I think she's like third generation now, and that's what I was trying to say. You know, Biden and them, they sit up here and they think like, hey, let's help all these immigrants. And almost always all these immigrants, by the third and second generation, they all turn Republican. So, hey, it is what they make it. I don't never say what it is, because that's some shit that dumb niggas say. The only thing that is what it is the sun, moon, and the stars. Everything else is manipulation. Somebody manipulated it to be that way. Only niggas get up here and talk about I be transmuting and shit, but you don't got a goddamn transmutation circle around your ass. You Full Metal Alchemist, nigga. Remember, in Full Metal Alchemist, niggas was questioning that nigga like, nigga, what is you talking about? So that should be an important thought in your head. That's that whole the one shit. That's what I didn't like in Full Metal Alchemist, where they made it the one. But it turned out it wasn't the one. Because remember, in the end, it was his brother who did it without a circle, who saved his ass in the end. Go back and watch Full Metal Alchemist. They had to change the whole story. That's why they had to recreate Brotherhood. They're like, oh shit, you telling too much shit, nigga, with this one. And then they made sure that first version was kind of subverted, and they pushed people towards Brotherhood. Go look it up, man. I own both versions because I'm a real anime head. I used to rock anime heavy. When it was MySpace, that's what I used to do on MySpace. I wasn't always talking about consciousness or black shit. I was doing anime. I was doing anime stuff and video games. Then Mike Brown happened, Tamir Rice, and then everything kept happening. Robert Garner, everybody, fucking Sandra Bland. And I start thinking, how can I be black and I don't see this shit? How I don't see this shit? Everybody I was programming and doing shit with, I kind of fell out with all them people. Because when they ain't see it was a problem to me, I started looking at these motherfuckers and I started realizing like this motherfucker look like me, but he ain't. And this way before Tariq started talking about all that. I started looking at who I was around out here in the DMV. And I started noticing most of these niggas ain't black like me. I stopped being around motherfuckers. I started getting my own cameras. I started getting my motherfuckers like, oh, you don't want to do no videos? Nope, I'm doing my own thing. Oh, you don't want it? Nope. I'm doing my own thing. And that's what I started doing. And I started doing most of my shit on my own. I started doing all my gardening shit on my own, going to car shows on my own, sneaker conventions on my own. I started realizing everybody ain't vested in the same goddamn thing. And that's no disrespect. Be vested in what you vested in. But if we real peoples and you keep going against me for what I'm vested in, I got to get up from around you. I'm not gonna sit there and play like, oh man, this is how it is. No. And for the goofies, as I've said before, I don't have a problem with no white people. I got some good white folks that rock with me, who do what they do. But I have a problem with a system of white supremacy. And because of the white system of white supremacy, it's impossible for me to really say that I know a good white person. Because I don't know what they would do in a situation if I was in a situation or I saw a black person in a situation and they was around. You understand? That's why I use this term. I know a lot of good white folk. I don't know no good white people, but I know a lot of good white people trying. See, they can only be trying until I see them prove it. You see what I'm trying to say? So I don't know. Because when we see the laws of justice, when white people go in there, we see the police get off. So it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah. I haven't seen a system that's showing me that's wow. They convict these corrupt cops. When it's even blatant, even when it's blatant, you don't see that. Like people had to tear up the freaking country for George Floyd for that dude to be convicted. Just think about that in your head. People had to tear up the country. Really, we didn't never really tear up the country. We was just getting it busy. But as it's just been proven, a lot of those attacks on buildings and fire buildings was done by the police. There's a whole you can go Google that shit right now. It's been proven that a lot of all that firebombing and that started looting was started by the police. And other groups other than black people was involved in the looting at a higher rate than black people. You can just go, they just released that report just the other day. You can go look at that. It was in Time. It was all over X. The main media ain't gonna cover it. They're gonna cover it like this summer. They're gonna play. They'll use that this summer as a piece when they don't have anything to talk about in fucking June or July. They'll put. Oh, by the way, it wasn't niggas who was tearing up with all these Black Lives Matters. Turns out it was undercover police. Or as they using the term on X or the New York Post, rogue police. You know, white people always got that term. Oh, it wasn't all of us. It was a rogue. They use that voice too. It was a rogue. If you ever listen to them at a goddamn conference, they be like, "Oh, it wasn't all of us. It was a rogue." What the fuck is it? It's always the rogue. They love that shit. Couldn't possibly be all of us. God damn it! Got to be the rogue causing all this crazy shit out here, man. If you don't understand what it is and what's going down, then I'm telling you, Slim, you don't know what's the next thing going around. This your boy Breeze Omega, that's Breeze, and we are out here. We are talking about the reason why delineation is most important right now. We got all these people cosplaying us when we was talking about Kai Cenat. And Kai Cenat talking about black people not having black culture, which he's cosplaying right as we watch his little funky ass every day. Talking about he eat his red beans and rice. Then why you ain't in flip flops? Why you wearing Jordans? He should be walking around ashy, eating mangoes out of trees. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing. Because when I go to the Caribbean pages, that's what I see. Two small Fruit of Balloon t-shirts. Because them shits be way up on their shoulders. Like, just get a wife beater. And then the brother who have the wife beater, it be too damn big. That shit be all hanging. His whole middle of his chest showing where the neck piece supposed to be at. Yo, no cat, man. No disrespect. I love my brothers and sisters from the diaspora. But look, man, we a different beast, man. It's just different, man. It's just different. We gonna be fresh on this side of the block all day. Even, and I ain't even talking about that. We gonna get that break because this is what I want to tell black people. As you feel good and look good how you do, you're gonna move up and you're gonna get more bread. You be like, what? Yeah, that's how it works, motherfucker. You can't just be dusty. People don't fuck with you if you dusty looking. Even if you say, wait, if I work in the ground and I get my hands dirty, nope. The motherfuckers ain't gonna fuck with you when you dusty right there. Cause that means you not getting enough dirt. They looking at you like, well, how much work you get? That means you're not doing anything. Let's keep it a buck. We always hard on ourselves. Let's stop playing like we ain't hard on ourselves. We always are. I think we the toughest group on ourselves. All these other groups allow for all types of stuff, all types of gang activity. They say right now, with all the weed being legalized, Chinese black market weed is up in this country. Not in China, in this country. In this country. Everybody talking shit about foundational black Americans, but we the ones who put in goddamn work. Some people get mad because we now certifying ourselves, which that's a true sense of power. Standing up for yourself, saying, I'm not what you say I am. This is who I am because I know I am. Certifying yourself instead of letting everybody dictate who, when, where, what, how, and who you should be. They already did that shit. We could have chose to stick with Negro. We could have chose to stick with colored. We could have chose anything else. But we chose black. Y'all said, what? Yeah, we chose black. You can go through old videos, 1939, all them black people say, I'm a black man. I don't know. I'm going to post this video tomorrow on my Instagram because I've been wanting to post it because I know it was going to get people mad. This black man says, I'm a black man. I'm not no Negro. I'm a black man. He says it. So our ancestors was already claiming the ethnicity that we were creating on our own. We had ethnogenesis. Our people were having an ethnogenesis. They could have chose Negroid, colored. They had all these different names they were calling us. And we chose black. This video with black women saying, I'm a black woman. I'm black. They all saying I'm black. So somehow through all that time, whatever, everybody, you hear all the plebiscite motherfuckers, why would you want to be black? Black is negative. When is black negative? Black is all things positive. Black is all things energetic. Everything comes through black. Black cat, black magic. You can't get none of that and get it good and get it right if it ain't black. They made black magic as a bad thing. But in Lord of the Rings, who is the nigga Gandalf the Grey had to deal with, right? Wasn't his name Sauron the White? The White? And what did he do? He manufactured a bunch of different goblins. Y'all never pay attention to that part in the Lord of the Rings. I guess y'all don't. All this shit is a proximity to black folks. You have some white kids come on like, no, he was really talking about the Germans and the Huns. Motherfucker, what? Remember, Lord of the Rings is based off of World War I. Who else did the Germans have? It was the Germans, the Prussians. I mean, come on. Who else? Tell me who else. Y'all say the Austrians, which all of those are goddamn Germans. You know, there's a group called the King of Prussia in America. And they kind of literally break all that down in a song. I'm trying to think of the name of the song right now. They literally let you know that the Germans, the Austrians, and the Prussians really were all the same motherfuckers. Just fighting each other at different times because they were Germanic tribes. You know? They were barbarians that just came out of nowhere. Everybody says that. I don't say that. The Romans say they came out. You know, when the Romans was the best, people get mad at me when I bring this up. I said, when most of the Roman legions were made up of Africans. People like, what? What? Yeah. Even if you go read the Roman text and all this stuff, they tell you when the best legions, when they were doing their most conquering, was when they had these African legions. But what happened? These African legions, you know, you get a woman after you go and do battles in Rome. So you getting a white woman of some sort, and y'all start breaking down, and your kids become lesser and lesser. No disrespect, they do because they stop having that same tenacity as the parent. Think about it. When you do something big and then you be looking at your kids like, why won't they try to do? Because they comfortable. They comfortable. I be looking at my daughters like, why won't they get out and grind like me? They do some things. They'll get together when they decide they ready. They'll do something. But they don't be like me, like it's go time. Like, oh, we got to make this happen tonight. This shit got to pop. This is something that got to go on. All right, I got to meet up with this person. This got to happen tonight. They don't be like that. They be like, all right, I sent them a message, and when that shit happen, It's go to. That's how they be like. It's weird watching them in action. I'll be like, damn. I used to be out there. We called the go getter where you was hitting that street. You was out there like fuck that. You not waiting around. My kids, they just be like, I sent the email. That's how they be. And it's a new world. And so you have to adjust yourself and get ready for all that type of stuff. So that's why I always tell people, like, in this situation where we delineation, I know it sounds scary to you, but you have to adjust yourself to a new world. That your Jamaican friends that was coming before that you thought was kind of cool, but they would have tensions at your parties and you didn't know that. You kind of was like, why was that? We all black. I remember my mother used to have parties. She used to always be like, why the other she couldn't really understand why the Jamaican people that she would invite were having problems. She really couldn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? She just really was like, shit, what's going on? You know what I mean? She really didn't really understand it. And I was trying to explain to her that, there's a difference, There was definitely a difference. And we didn't really think about it at that time. Because we just thinking we all black. Because like I said, I grew up Pan-African, all the Pan-Africanist shit. It wasn't until after I graduated college, that's in 2000, I come to Virginia. When I come to Virginia, I start meeting African brothers and sisters. They start telling me I'm not black. Or I'm not African. They like, oh, wait. Hey, man, you should stop calling yourself African American. You have no African. And I'm like, damn, brother. And I'm like, damn, I'm taking that shit hard. Like, oh, you motherfuckers is treating me like that. And then I realized they didn't really rock with us. And there's no disrespect. I had a few friends who would try to explain to me, but I was like, man, that shit is fucked up. Because I thought we was all, at that time, I was still thinking, this is like 2004. I'm still thinking we all black. Man, I was dumb as shit. And then I think it was like, I think my mother had died in 2006. And then it was 2007. Me and my wife was in our house. She was still alive at the time. And we sitting there and this dude, we talking to him about black shit. And then he tell us that he's not black. He like, what you mean black? I'm like, we looking at him, we like black, like us. He like, no, I'm Trinidadian. I'm not black. I was like, we looking at each other. It was funny because my wife looked at him. She's like, you blacker than my government's Terrence. She said, you blacker than Terrence. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? He like, no, I'm not black. I'm Trinidadian. And so I didn't really, I laughed at him. I gave him the whole, if police pull your ass over, they not going to ask you Trinidadian shit. They just going to see a black person and your ass is done. And so I never thought about it at that time. I just gave him that bullshit speech. And then here we are in 2024. My wife is passed. And I'm sitting here listening to people like Kai Cenat talking about I'm Trinidadian, like it's something different. Like, could anybody still explain to me what Trinidadian, Jamaican, Caribbean, or Ghanaian culture is? I'm asking. I would like to know, what is the culture? You can leave your comment below. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave a thing because I want somebody to come up. If you can. I do want people to come up. I just be forgetting to ever invite y'all. And if you want to come up, you know what I mean? Yeah, come on up. Come on up if you want to come on up. Let's talk about it. Where the hell is Sister Girl at? I'm gonna have to get her ass. Sister Girl, I'm looking for you, goddammit. Sister Girl, where you at? Miss V, where are you, Miss V? I'm disappointed in you, Miss V. You supposed to be here, girl. I had to tap in from work. I had to take longer on my break. Thank God that salute to my little homie. He's a white boy. He showed up to work on time. Appreciate him. I don't want people, because people always act like, oh, Breeze. I'm like, there's a difference between someone saying certain things and me being, I'm no type of racist at all. If y'all want to come up, come on up, goddammit. Let's talk about it. I'll see you coming to the lobby. Oh, this that sharp shit right here. I forgot. I am smoking something. What is this called again? I forgot to ask him. Damn. My weed man had just showed up a little while ago. That's why I was late, because I was going to stream at 11 o'clock. But then my weed man, he ain't show up till 11. And I'm going to be honest, I fell asleep. I had been working all damn day earlier. I wonder, am I watching my own shit? Maybe I am. That's the funniest shit. I never noticed when you're on the big screen. But yeah, because I done hit my mark where I want it to be. So if anybody want to come in and catch that on that on that you know, that replay, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe, man. I'm gonna make Miss Tracy a goddamn mod, because Miss Tracy always be there. I be forgetting. I don't know if Beloved is one already, but I love Miss Tracy. Y'all go over there. I don't know if she live yet. Go check Miss Tracy. That's a wonderful sister. I want her to understand. And we not dissing our African brothers and sisters. We love our African brothers and sisters. There's no disrespect. We talking about the ones that ain't standing on their square. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have a good video for y'all to see what type of African brothers I'll be talking about tomorrow. Y'all gonna be like, damn, that brother right there, that's the type of brothers we need. And I'm like, yes, sir. There's certain African brothers we need right now. And they cool brothers. I want to salute to those who came out. My cool brother, Bronze, Flat Power God. Once again, loving Miss Tracy. There's a couple other people. They didn't really say their faces, but I saw y'all popping in and out. But I couldn't catch who y'all was. But, hey, y'all have a great one out there. We're going to get something going. Probably in a minute. I want to do one more thing before I was out. What was that? Don't end up like this.
Get the fuck out. You're gonna get the fuck out. You're not gonna motherfucking stay in my goddamn house.
When I get a ride.
Motherfucker, you ain't got no damn ride. Get the fuck out. You're gonna get the fuck out. You're not gonna motherfucking stay in my goddamn house.
When I get a ride.
Motherfucker, you ain't got no damn ride. out. You're not gonna motherfucking stay in my goddamn house.
When I get a ride.
Motherfucker, you ain't got no damn ride. Get the fuck out. You're gonna get the fuck out. You're not gonna motherfucking stay in my goddamn house.
When I get a ride.
Motherfucker, you ain't got no damn ride.
I hope y'all got your rides, goddammit. Cause you ain't got to go. But you can't stay the fuck around here. And we are out, baby. Baby. I hope y'all have a great one. We'll be back probably tomorrow. I was thinking about coming back tomorrow because I had some other stuff that I damn sure wanted to tap in about. Oh, y'all can go watch me on my e-bike adventures. I got some new funny videos coming up with me riding on a damn e-bike. Oh, yo, it's dangerous as hell. People try to kill you when you're on an e-bike, yo. They don't give a damn. You dig what I'm saying? And for those, if you just slid in, we just finishing in with the whole. We'll get that one more rundown time.
All my mods
it's Kai Snap.
who are not cultured at all, stop dick riding. I don't want to hear, like, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking y'all niggas. Stop dick riding. Y'all niggas is black. You're black. You're just black.
Just be yourself and hit them with hey. Also, I just bowed the Anarchy hoodie yesterday. Can't wait. Finna resubscribe in a little W female viewer. Big 2 months December 9th.
Thank you so much. Bro, you're just fully American. You're African American, bro. That's it. How was that see you in 30? That wasn't an insult. That was strictly, you're black. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You're not, word. You're not Ghanaian. You're not Dominican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not Cuban.
Yeah. So we had that. You dig what I'm saying? That's what we were talking about tonight. And we were discussing why delineation is a must from people who sit up here like that and cosplay us. That's the real thing. We should talk about it. We should deal with it. We should extrapolate from it. And cut it off, because I exist in a world where the black community exists for real. You know, I've had people tell me there's no black community. Then if it ain't no black community, then why everybody copying and rocking with what we do? If we don't exist, then why does everybody do what we do? Make it make sense to me. The math ain't mathing. That's why we gonna be out here. We're going to be out there in D.C. on June 15th for our reparations. There's the D.C. In D.C. there's going to be the hip-hop documentary. That's going to be going down. So I'm going to be posting about that, seeing if people want to go with me to go to that. If you are in the area. Because I'm trying to decide right now, should I go to DC's premiere of Microphone Check, or should I go to Baltimore? I don't know. I love Baltimore. You know why I love Baltimore more? Because I might go to Baltimore first, because I might go to Hooters first. And the Baltimore Hooters is good. I don't know why they chicken. I've been to other Hooters. It just ain't taste the same as the Baltimore. Because they had a dude with no tooth back there who looked like when Martin. I don't know if it was Martin or if it was Wesley cooking on. I don't know. Just a dude back there. He looked like Martin when he was on Dragonfly Jones, but he was cooking back there. And he had on like a Chinese bandana. That's all I'll say. And he was a brother. He had a sweaty t-shirt. But those chicken, people was mad at me. I remember at that time, because I took my kids there. It was like 2006, I think. It was after my mom died, 2007, I think. My first daughter, I think, was like 2007. No, she was born before my mother died. 2005, 2004 was my first daughter. So I think 2007 I took her to Hooters. Yeah, me and my daughter. I have pictures of me and her at Hooters. People was mad when I had posted that one time. I think I had lost my damn Facebook page at that time because I was trying to figure out if I could re-upload those pictures, but I couldn't find them. But I think I might have had lost my Facebook at that time. But yeah, I had taken my daughter to goddamn Hooters in Baltimore because it was my favorite spot, and they treated her so nice in there. It was so great, and now she hate me. I don't know what for, but ever since her mom passed, it's been a difference between us. But my other two are good, and I've never taken them to Hooters. I always think in my head like if I never took her to Hooters, I think like I messed up taking up by Hooters, and so yeah. And once again, to refute Mr. Kai Cenat, we'll let the white guy give y'all a one rundown again. He'll tell y'all again some of the great things that make black people of America. And I don't go with the whole African American. We are not Africans. We are black people in America. We chose that. We chose that. I'm gonna come on tomorrow probably, and I'll post all those videos where you listen to black people saying in the 20s, they in the 20s, even black people, you got videos, black people in the 1915, 1916, 1920s, black people could have plenty of times, just like Mexicans could have chose to be Mexicans, but Mexicans chose to stay white. Black people chose to be black. So can we finally stop having like the whole, because I see in California they doing some weirdo thing talking about they're gonna do the thing by genealogy. How do you know our genealogy from that time? You gonna dig up our grandparents' bones? Is what you telling me, California? Because that's how you would have to do it. Unless you tell me white people been keeping all our shit on file the entire time. So once again, we fall into that parameter of the wickedness and the devilish and the things that they were doing to us behind the scenes. This is why we owed our goddamn reparations. So don't nobody tell me shit. And you saw all these Africans. Matter of fact, damn, I should have posted that goddamn video. I could get it real quick. Oh, it'd probably take me too long to get it right now. Oh, you Untunde, you lucky out there tonight, boy. But I got you tomorrow. No, I got you today. Because we are in today. So yeah, I'm gone, motherfuckers. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. This has been your boy Breeze, Omega that's Breeze. Thank y'all for those who've been tapping in, including myself. And we're gonna leave y'all with a little bit of pressure, man. Watch if I turn it off, but that's me watching me. Yeah, I'm doing myself.
I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me, brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper,
About to take a new picture.
Work with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the
I wish I remember which one that was. But I'm about to take a new picture. And made a picture. Yeah, people gonna catch the reload. It's gonna be right. They gonna kill it. They gonna kill it. We killed it. Even if I don't, like I'm telling you, my follow-up watch, people gonna be digging it. I ain't even worried.
They don't let me shoot a whole clip. Fire the power in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my I got bad intentions, make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live